Hi everybody, my name is Brittany of Britzy Thrift. I'm a reseller on Poshmark and today I have a thrift haul. So let's start off with the very first item that I found, which is just amazing because I rarely find this brand, but every time I have it has sold and it has sold for very good money. So I just can't believe that I found it. Johnny Was. So springtime, right? So look at all these colors, floral embroidery. There's the brand on the back there. Beautiful. I didn't even know that Johnny Was made shoes. I'm so used to only seeing clothing, and it's funny because all week long I was, for whatever reason, thinking about this brand. I guess I was just kind of reminiscing on how well it sells for me and how I don't find it that often and how I would love to find it again. And so it's just ironic that the first thing that I found when I walked into the store were these shoes, and the worker must have just put them out because they were sitting there right there on the edge, and they're so vibrant and colorful. Anybody would have grabbed them just out of curiosity to take a look. So it just must have been meant for me to find them. They don't look like they've been worn. The bottoms are in really good condition. It looks like maybe they were just taken out of the box. They are a size 39, which is actually my size. So it's like an 8.5 to a 9. These are beautiful. And I feel like they're so springtime with all the floral, which is very common with Johnny Was. Johnny Was usually has like a lot of floral, flowery embroidery. Next, I wanted to check out the bag section, which I don't always sell handbags because usually they're not the cleanest and they're kind of hard to clean because they're leather. So it's not like you can always just throw them in the wash. Usually you'll end up damaging something and then they have stains. So I kind of just backed off from bags. I do sell them from time to time if I find them and they're pretty clean. So this one looks like it has not been used. This is the Sac or Sac Roots. And I just thought it had a very beautiful print. This also reminds me of spring. It's got the birds and it says peace, happy, very vibrant, and just kind of bohemian print. I like this little navy blue color here. The cool thing about this, well, here's the inside. So very clean. I don't think the person actually used this. No stains, no anything in there. It's got a couple of pockets, so really good condition. And then it came with the matching wallet, which was awesome. So this, I think I'm going to be able to flip pretty well. The wallet is also clean. And there's the brand, Sac Roots. Also in the bag section, I found this. I just thought it was really cute, but I assumed that it was going to be like H&M or I don't know, maybe like Forever 21, but I noticed that it did still have the paper on it, and I like the little silver studs. Then I noticed that on the back it said RM, and I didn't know what that stood for, so I opened it up. It's got plastic on the zipper as well. I didn't know that it was new with tags when I bought it. I mean, I knew that it was new, like she didn't wear it, but I didn't see this tag on the inside, and then I realized this is actually Rebecca Minkoff. The original price of this purse was $59, and it says that it is the diamond quilted studded top zip crossbody bag, one size. So just a small little crossbody bag. I have sold Rebecca Minkoff before, but it seemed like it kind of slowed down, so I don't really get excited about it anymore, but considering that this one was cute, before I even knew that it was Rebecca Minkoff, and it's new, so it's in excellent condition. I really like the little studs here. It's very kind of, you know, biker or edgy, and I just think that it's going to be able to find a buyer, so I grabbed it. Here's a personal find. I love these puzzles. These are the Crocodile Creek puzzles. Usually they only mark them at $1.99 at my thrift store. Me and my son do like to put these together. So far I found 2 of these Halloween puzzles. We've already put this one together. I always count them to make sure they have all their pieces. But they're just large piece floor puzzles, and this is the picture. I get excited when I find them. So $1.99, really cool. At the mall, they usually sell them for like $40, which is pretty expensive. I didn't know that they would sell them at Home Goods, but I'm going to start looking in Home Goods to see if I can find them. But it's just best if I find them at the thrift store because it's only $2, and we really enjoy putting them together. So this is really cool. Another personal find. This is just something out of the $2 bin. So mix number 6, very inexpensive, but they are just leg warmers, or at least I thought they were. I thought that they were open leg warmers, but these are actually more like socks. So just 99 cents for me, because sometimes in the winter I wear leggings. This kind of helps me to keep warm when I'm walking. Here's a brand that I do not leave. This is Judy Blue, and the amazing thing about it is it's a 16W, which is great. I love Judy Blue, but plus size is even better. They are totally destroyed on the front. When it's this bad, usually it's destroyed, not distressed. So I think that I should be able to sell these just like all the other ones, considering that it is plus size. Usually I think I can get about like, what is it, 25 to 30 for Judy Blue. So I think that this was a good pickup. Title IX is a brand that does well for me. The symbol here always reminds me of Apartment 9. So when I see Apartment 9, I always have to double take to make sure it's not Title IX. This is a size medium. This is a merino wool blend sweater. I love the vibrant blue and green. This tribal print here is really nice. It's a full zip. It does need a little bit of sweater shaving, so it's got some peeling on the sides there. But it's not so bad that I wouldn't pick it up. So I grabbed this, and I like the fact that it has a hood and it's got the drawstrings. Title IX has done well for me in the past, so I think that this one will do just fine, and I like the style of it myself. The next item I found was this Gan dress. As far as I can tell, Gan is supposed to be an expensive brand. It says it was made in Portugal. I think this is just 100% cotton. It is a gray little fit and flare or A-line dress, short sleeve. So I'm just going to experiment with this. I had a Gan dress before, but I think it was a bit faded, and I don't believe it ever sold. I probably just redonated it. But this one looks to be in much better condition. So I'm going to give it a try again. Here's a brand that I don't usually find. I've only found it a couple of times, and I've sold it once. I still have the other one, but I think that's just because I realized when I got it home that someone tried to do a DIY project on it. So they had like cut out parts of the waist and like added in some denim or something. So that's probably why that one's still sitting. But the other one that I picked up, it has already sold, and I was happy with the profit. So I'm excited to find it again. This is Reformation. It's a size small. It's this plaid cropped button front tweed wool blend blazer jacket. This one was marked at $5.99, which is an incredible deal for this. So very excited about that. When I saw the label, I was kind of like little heart palpitations, because I just don't find this brand that often, but this is a really, really nice piece. This next one is a tried and true piece. This is Old Navy. So I've already sold an Old Navy dress, and I remember in 2023 around springtime is when I started selling Old Navy dresses. So usually around, 15 to 20 I think I can get for Old Navy, so long as it is new with tags and plus size. I found this one in the dress section, but it's not a dress, it's actually a top. So I almost put it back because I was like, well, I'm not so sure about the tops. I know the dresses can get me 15 to 20, but I don't know about the tops. But what made me keep it is the factors. So factor stacking, right? This is a size 4X, which is a really good size. This is new with tags, and it is 100% tinsel. So it's got a really good makeup, great size, excellent condition, new with tags, and I actually like this little rusty red color. Also, it's got really good stretch in the back. So with all these factors, I think that I should still be able to sell this. I don't know. We'll see if it sells the same as the dresses. I think it will. But I'm not expecting like a bunch of money for it, but I do think that it is a really nice piece that'll probably move for the warmer season coming up. So I have mentioned a lot of times that I have a $2 bin at my thrift store. This is a couple of bins that they have in the back of the store, so it's always worth taking a look in there. This trip, I found these Exertion leggings, and they're new with tags. They are a size 2X, so again, I do like plus size. They're a crop legging, which I wasn't so sure how it was going to do, but I did hear that capris are coming back in, which capris aren't quite the same as crop. I think of capri as stopping at the knee, and crop is a little bit longer. So, but, you know, still, I think it's worth it. For only $2, they're a plus size. This is a 7/8 ankle legging, and They have a little pink stripe going down the side. So I just felt like for $2 it would be worth the pickup. I don't think that I'll get like a lot for it, but if I could just get like maybe $15, then that would be cool. Here's a pair of plus size Levi's. This is the wedgie straight. It's a size 16W. When I first started reselling, I heard all about the Big E vintage Levi's, but now they've started making the newer ones with the uppercase E. So sometimes I get excited when I see it, but then I'm like, no, this feels like way too new, you know, to be like anything vintage, but it's still pretty cool to see it. It's got these fringe chewed hems here, and these are a button fly. So considering that they're in such great condition, it looks like maybe she only wore them once or twice. It's a plus size, and I like the style of them. I think that they should do fine. I'm wondering if this is going to be like $25 or maybe a little bit higher. Again, there are a lot of Levi's out there, but when they have good factors like this, like the button fly, and they're not a skinny and they're plus size and all of that, plus this is kind of a cute little detail here, I think it's worth it. I've never heard of this, but I just like the way that it felt. This is called Galvan Green, and it is a size medium. This is a men's vest. When I looked it up, it says that it is for golf. It just feels really, really nice, and I like that it has the brand on the back of the collar here. I like the color. I like that it's gray and it's white. I feel like it's very neutral, and it's a full zip. So when I check the comps, it looks like you could probably get maybe $45 for this. I see other ones that have sold like $49, $55 or so. So we're gonna see. I'm just trying this out. Never heard of it, but I feel like with the weather warming up, maybe people are gonna start getting outside to golf a little bit more. This is a new to me brand, but that's why I like looking in different sections of the thrift store. I do like checking out the men's. Even though I may not know every brand, I do know certain textures mean quality, and in this case, that's what this was. So the brand is called Grayson, and then I can see the size here, and their logo is a wolf. You can also see it on the back. There's a wolf there on the metal hardware. And these have a certain feel to them, almost like Lululemon, Public Rec. Other ones that I have felt that are of good quality, it's just like a, I don't know what you call it, nylon feel or something. But when I looked it up, these are golf pants. So it looks like these are selling around $59. So a really good bolo, and there aren't that many listed on eBay, so I'm excited to find these. And the good news is this person donated 2 of them, which is why I always like to check the whole section if I see something good, because the chances are that they've actually donated more than one of the items. So this is the gray pair, and then they also donated a blue pair. So same size, same logo, all of that in there. So I have high hopes for these. I love finding things that I've never heard of before, but when you check the comps, they're undersaturated and they're selling for good money. So I like keeping my eye out for things like that, and I like feeling for different textures and trying to feel quality as opposed to just, you know, relying on what I've heard of and what, you know, I've heard sells well. It's good to do a little research on your own. At first, I thought that this was a kid's item. It was in the women's section, but I don't know. It said that it was a large, and it just looked like it could be a kid's large, but when I looked it up, apparently it is a women's dress. So this is sold at Kohl's. This is a Marvel Captain America 75th anniversary bandana print dress. So I'm not really sure how you would know it has anything to do with Marvel if you were wearing it, because it just looks like typical bandana print. But it is new with tags. It's a size large. It looks very, almost like a picnic blanket fit and flare dress. Really cute for the spring and the summer. So I decided to take a chance on it. I do like picking up things that have to do with like superheroes and comic books and things like that. They seem like they sell pretty well for me. So this next brand was actually pretty interesting. Sometimes I pick it up and sometimes I don't. I don't have the best history with selling it. I think in the past I've sold it for good money, but it has a tendency to be a little bit disappointing where I don't think I get as much as I expected to get for it. But I think that the factors about this particular piece are what made me pick it up. So this is Eileen Fisher. It is a size large. I believe it's just 100% cotton, but why I picked it up was because it's new with tags. And I don't think I've ever found a new with tags clothing piece before. It's got the Saks Fifth Avenue tag on it as well. Original price for this was $138. So this is just like a forest green skirt. It's got the stretch band for the waist. And it's just a maxi skirt. It's got a tail slit on the back. So I decided for $4.50 that that's something that I would like to try out. Again, I wouldn't pick up all of Eileen Fisher, but something like this is something that I would pick up because it's a larger size, it's new with tags, and it's a longer skirt. So I do think that I'll be able to move it. I also like the color. I'm not sure what I thought this was going to be when I saw it from a distance, but I just knew that that bright orange and green screamed Halloween. So that's what attracted me to it. Also, the style of it looks very Patagonia T-snap. But this is actually a quarter zip, so not a snap. And then it does have the pocket on the side. But this is Polo, Ralph Lauren. Found it in the men's section. It's a size large. And then it's new with tags. So that's really cool. So good size, new with tags. It's just a fleece. I could definitely see this selling for Halloween. Definitely Halloween-esque. It looks like a jack-o'-lantern. It's got the little green trim there. Lastly, I picked up this Royal Caribbean Tumbler Cup. So I've been kind of experimenting with trying to go a little bit outside the box, looking at home goods, kind of looking around my apartment to see what I would like to try to list. And it's been interesting feeling the difference because I get so used to selling clothing and it's kind of just like wash, rinse, repeat, where I do the same measurements on clothing, I do the same lighting, the same angle, everything, that when you go to like photograph something like this, it's different, you know, and some of it you realize how much easier it is to photograph and some of it is more difficult. So I'm just kind of challenging myself when I go shopping now to try and see if I can find something in the home section or the hard goods section, something outside of clothing that I feel like I might like to try and resell. I don't want to go too far off the deep end because that's how you end up with piles and piles of stuff that you never get listed because it's just too far out and you don't want to take the time to do the research on, and you just end up redonating it because it's not your thing. But something like this I can do. So this is pretty easy because it is 100% sealed. It's got that tamper-proof seal on it. I can see like the size of it. It would be easy to measure. It's pretty lightweight. I probably would just wrap it up in some bubble wrap anyway to keep it from, you know, getting broken. But other than that, it seems like a pretty easy thing to photograph and to ship. I only paid $1.99 for it. I see other people selling it for between $10 to $20. So this is just kind of like trying to get my feet wet as far as getting into home goods a little bit more. Not trying to do a huge push, but just trying to sell things that are a little bit different than clothing to see what kind of a reaction I can get. So that was it for my haul. I had a lot of fun shopping on this day. It is not like this every single time I go. As a matter of fact, the 3 times that I went before, I found it was kind of dry. I didn't really find a whole lot. Some things were interesting to me, but at the end I just ended up putting them back. So I don't want to put out any kind of a message that every time I go it's just an amazing haul, or, you know, I just find things at the drop of a dime. I don't. I have bad days too, but this was actually a really good day. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you stay tuned for my other videos. I do love to go thrifting, and I will continue to record them for you. So see you next time. Bye.